Picture this, you go to sleep on a Sunday night. There's an empty plot of land near your house, just dirt, maybe some fencing around it. You wake up Monday morning, and there's a 10-story apartment building standing there, fully built, walls up, windows in, balconies on, plumbing working, wiring done. Families could move in that same afternoon. Now, I know what you're thinking. That sounds like something from a movie, but it's not. It already happened, and the team that did it didn't stop there. They went on to build a 57-story skyscraper in 19 days, then a 26-story residential tower in just over 5 days. A project that size, using the methods most of the world still uses today, takes around 16 months on average. Let that sink in. Same height, same floors, same building, 16 months versus 5 days. Something has fundamentally changed about how buildings get made, and almost nobody outside the construction industry is talking about it. So today, we are. To prove the system could work at full pace, Broad Group set up cameras in Changsha and filmed an entire build from start to finish. 3 cranes, a full crew, 1 continuous shoot. The foundation was already in place, from the first module lifted off a truck to the last bolt tightened on the top floor. The clock ran. 28 hours and 45 minutes for a complete 10-story residential apartment block. At that point, the question was no longer does this work? The footage existed. The buildings existed. People were living in them. The real question became something else entirely. Can you actually trust a building that went up this fast? Here is the part that surprises almost everyone who hears it for the first time. The steel modules Broad Group uses are 10 times lighter than conventional concrete panels, and 100 times stronger under load, not according to a marketing brochure. According to independent testing, every Broad Group structure is rated to survive a magnitude 9 earthquake, the kind that ranks among the most powerful ever recorded anywhere on the planet. And the expected structural lifespan? Around 1,000 years. Let that land for a second. The building that went up in 28 hours and 45 minutes is engineered to outlast almost every concrete structure being built right now by a factor of 10. Most modern concrete buildings are designed to last between 50 and 100 years. That's the target. That's what engineers aim for. These modular steel buildings, 10 times longer. Here's why. Concrete deals with force by resisting it, rigidly. When the force exceeds what the material can hold, it cracks. And once it starts cracking, it doesn't stop. Steel under the same conditions flexes slightly before recovering. The joints in a modular steel building can absorb movement that would fracture a concrete structure entirely. That difference is the difference between a building that sways and a building that falls. And because the whole structure is bolted together rather than poured in place, it can be fully taken apart at the end of its life. Every module unbolted, removed, repurposed, or recycled. Construction waste on a Broad Group site drops by over 90% compared to a traditional build. No mountains of leftover concrete, no piles of scrap steel sitting in a skip for weeks, just clean, recoverable material. Speed gets the headlines, the safety numbers get the engineers interested, but the environmental story might genuinely be the most important piece of all, because construction as the world currently does it is one of the largest sources of waste and carbon emissions on the planet. A system that cuts construction waste by 90%, eliminates thousands of truck deliveries per project, and produces a building rated to last a millennium is not just a faster way to build, it is a fundamentally different relationship between construction and the planet we live on. So if all of this is real, proven, standing in multiple cities right now, why isn't every building going up this way? The technology isn't the obstacle. Building codes in most countries were written for concrete and timber. They weren't written for factory-assembled steel modules. Updating them takes years of testing, lobbying, and political will. Entire supply chains, material suppliers, subcontractors, equipment companies, are locked into the existing system. They have no obvious reason to help dismantle it. Developers who've worked the same way for decades are cautious about switching when the risk of failure lands entirely on them. And then, there are the workers. Modular construction requires fewer people on site. That's part of the point. But fewer people on site means fewer jobs. For the trades that have built their livelihoods around traditional construction for generations, that's a real social consequence. And any honest conversation about where this is going has to include it. Change at this scale doesn't fail because the innovation isn't good enough. It stalls because the world built around the old innovation isn't ready to let go yet. But that gap is closing. The global modular construction market hit roughly $95 billion in 2025. It's projected to pass $175 billion by 2034. Singapore has made modular methods mandatory for public housing. The UK has committed billions to off-site construction programs. Japan, South Korea, Germany, all moving in the same direction. The direction is set. Meanwhile, a mid-rise apartment block in London or New York still takes 3 years, from the first permit to handing over the keys. Same planet, same decade, completely different centuries. A man who spent his career cooling office buildings watched an earthquake flatten tens of thousands of concrete structures and asked one question: why are we still building this way? He built a factory, redesigned the entire process from scratch, and put up a 10-story apartment block in under a day. And what he built is rated to still be standing 1,000 years from now. The new way is already faster, stronger, safer, cheaper, better for the planet. The only thing left to figure out is that's holds on. If this kind of story is what you're here for, subscribe and hit the bell. We cover exactly this, and drop your answer in the comments to this question. If a building that went up in 28 hours is rated to last 1,000 years, what does that say about every concrete building on your street right now?